Good morning, everyone. Beautiful Sunday morning here in New Jersey. I decided to do this Facebook Live outside and get some fresh air, which all of you should be doing today on this beautiful day. Hopefully it's beautiful where you are as well. Wanted to talk about nutrition today and the key to optimal wellness that we have discovered through years of research, years of trial and error, years of seeing clients in our office. And I wanted to share with you our exciting new program that is changing the way people are living their lives. It's changing their health. It's saving them money. It's creating a life for them that they've always wanted to live. So let's get started. What if I told you that everything that you've learned about nutrition and health, or a lot of it at least, has been a lie? What if I told you that whole grain goodness and eating whole grains is not the way to eat? What if I told you that the dairy industry has been fooling us and feeding us the lie that milk is healthy for our bones and we need the calcium from milk for our bones to grow? What if I told you that the changes to our foods that have been purposely done by companies like Monsanto and other companies that are controlling our food are strategically ruining our health? What if I told you that almost everything that you've learned, that fat is bad for you and fat causes you to get fat, is a lie? What if I told you that cholesterol and eating high cholesterol foods is bad for your heart? What if I told you if that was a lie? What if I told you that the key to your health is in the foods that you eat and the chemicals that you avoid? That's what our program's all about. And like I said, our program is backed by solid science. It's backed by medical studies. And again, this is a combination of years of knowledge and research by not only myself, but my peers who I respect. And I've put together this plan that combines my own nutrition knowledge, the knowledge that I've accomplished and gained through following doctors like Dr. McCullough and Dr. Mark Hyman and Dr. Stephen Gundry, who are world-renowned doctors. And I've put this program together that's going to change your life, and it's going to affect your health in a positive way. And 90% of it is coming from the foods that you eat. So I'm going to give you a little background on what our program consists of. Our program is what we call a plant-based whole foods diet. And what we mean by that is, one, plant-based, so that most of the foods that you're eating are going to come from plants. And whole foods, so a lot of whole food diets, or a lot of plant-based diets rather, and vegan and vegetarian diets, yes, they eliminate meat and protein, but they substitute a lot of that, those fats and the meats, for other unhealthy carbs like the pasta. And we're going to talk about beans and other proteins that people are eating that are actually not necessarily healthy for you. So a whole food plant-based diet combines whole real food. So it eliminates processed foods. So my saying is, if it comes from a plant, eat it. If it comes from a plant, eat it. If it's made in a plant, don't eat it. Which means that we want to eat foods that come from the earth. We want to eat foods that are minimally processed and that have one or two ingredients, right? So if you look at my nutrition program and you look at the list of foods, they all have one ingredient. They're whole foods. They're foods that actually nourish our body and heal our body. I was trained as an osteopathic physician, and the philosophy of that is that the body heals itself. And as far back as Socrates, people have known that the body has an incredible ability to heal itself. But the foods that we're eating and the chemicals that we're ingesting are damaging our body's ability to heal itself. So a lot of people say to me, well, how come my parents ate this way and they never got sick? How come there's so much autoimmune disease? How come there's so much autism? Well, it's been kind of a perfect storm with what's been happening. One, not only with our foods, but two, what's happening with our environment. So our foods are all becoming processed. Our foods are not the foods that our ancestors ate. These are foods that were not meant to be eaten by us in the state that they were in. Our foods are sprayed with chemicals. They're genetically modified, and they are picked unripened and out of season and shipped all over the country. They're chemically and artificially ripened. And the second thing is the antibiotics. Not only the antibiotics in food, but the antibiotics that our physicians and a lot of our pediatricians are giving our children and ourselves for viral illnesses and for illnesses that don't require antibiotics. They're giving strong antibiotics that are meant for very serious infections, for colds. And this perfect storm is ruining our gut. Ladies and gentlemen, the key to longevity and health is having a healthy gut. This has been proven. This is the focus of almost all the new medical research on longevity, and it's the key to our program. We're going to heal your gut, and that is going to be the first step in your health and longevity, and you're going to save money. You're going to come off your medications. If you have high blood pressure, diabetes, any autoimmune disease, thyroid disease, low testosterone, if you're suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, if you have a kid on the autism spectrum, if you have a child with ADHD, what I'm telling you is that all of these things can be cured, if not cured, made 80 to 90% better through our nutrition program and through supplementation of healing the body and letting the body heal itself. And it all starts with the foods that you put into your body. So there's 3 keys to our program. One is avoiding inflammatory foods. And the inflammatory foods that we're going to avoid, and not forever, folks, are processed foods, lectins, which I'm going to talk about in 2 minutes, lectins include gluten, dairy, large amounts of alcohol, and also not man-made, but processed meats and proteins. So those are the foods that we're going to be eliminating. And what we're going to restore them with are whole foods that are grown from the earth, that are minimally processed, that are not sprayed with pesticides, that are healthy for our body and help restore our gut. So that is going to be the key to our program and the key to your health. If I told you that people are being cured of autoimmune disease that they've had for 10, 15, 20 years by Dr. Gundry out in California, by Dr. Mark Hyman in Cleveland, by Dr. McCullough, who practices all over the country, these people are the fathers of modern medicine, and I'm bringing a combination of their program to you. So the first step is removing foods. The second step is going to consist of periods of fasting. Fasting has a tremendous effect on restoring your body's health. It helps reset your immune system. It helps regulate your blood sugar, and it's really not that difficult. And our program teaches you how to fast and takes you down a road of intermittent fasting, and then leads you to be able to fast for 1 or 2 days with just water and totally rejuvenating your body, where when you refeed on the right foods, you will have amounts of energy that you will never ever experience, or you haven't experienced in years, probably since you're a teenager. And this is all coming from foods. This is all coming from healthy things. After we heal your gut, we're going to start allowing your body to restore itself. And we're going to provide you with the correct vitamins and minerals and nutrients. We're going to correct autonomic dysregulation, which means your nervous system not functioning properly. We're going to control the neurotransmitters, which most of them, ladies and gentlemen, are formed in your gut and not in your brain. What if I told you that most of the serotonin and GABA that we all know causes anxiety and depression and all these other diseases? What if I told you that most of your serotonin actually comes from your gut and not from your brain? And that's why these medications don't work. If you heal the gut, you could heal anxiety, you could heal depression. And again, this is backed by solid medical research. I follow the program myself, and I've actually challenged myself to do phase 1. We have a 3-phase program. Phase 1 is really not only a detox, but a plan that really starts to help your body restore and repair itself. And in phase one, in my own personal experience, now I'm always in pretty decent shape. I've been eating healthy my whole life, and I still lost 11 pounds, and mostly fat. I didn't lose any muscle, and I've lost 11 pounds. My sleep is better than it's been in years. My body's ability to heal itself. I had a muscle injury that healed itself in a couple of weeks, where it should have taken 6 weeks. And my brain is clear. I'm able to do multiple things at the same time. I feel just tremendous amounts of energy, and you could feel this way too. And I want everybody to feel this way. I want everybody to feel what I'm feeling and feel what my clients are feeling. So Dr. Dugo and I have been not only practicing this, we have our children follow this program or starting to follow this program. Dr. Dugo's children have been on non-processed foods diets since they're born, and they hardly ever get sick. They're thriving. They feel great. And this is a program that every kid should be on and learn how to eat. If you teach your kids now this way to eat, you're giving them the gift of health. You're giving them the gift of a life free of disease, free of all of these other things that we're experiencing, even free from all these other things that we're seeing. I see pandas and strep-related illness, Lyme, all kinds of tick-borne infections. And the reason these things are so prevalent is that our immune systems are a skeleton of what they should be. Again, from the antibiotics, from the pesticides, from the toxic foods that we eat that kill our microbiome. The key to health, folks, is a healthy microbiome. And when your microbiome, which is the bacteria that lives in your gut and in the rest of your body, when your bacteria in your body are healthy, your body is healthy as well. You actually have more bacterial DNA in your body than you have human DNA, and you have more bacteria than you have cells in your body. The bacteria has been overlooked for many years, and now it's on the forefront of medicine, and you could take advantage of this and really learn how to cure yourself of illness, get off medications. Our program is very affordable, but it's going to save you money in the long run because people are coming off their medicines. They're decreasing the number of doctor's visits they have. They're spending less time and effort on their health. They're going out and doing things that they enjoy. And it's all from the foods and the things that you put in your body. And if you could learn this method, and I think anybody can do it, it's somewhat restrictive in the beginning, but as you do it, it gets easier and easier and easier, and it's not difficult. It just takes the right mindset, the mindset of, hey, I want to live a healthy life. I'm sick of being tired. I'm sick of not having any more energy. I'm sick of coming home and just wanting to lay on the couch. I want to live my life. I want to get out there, and I want to do things that are vital. I don't want to be tied down by having to time my blood pressure medications. I don't want to have sexual dysfunction. I don't want to have depression. I don't want to have anxiety. Food is medicine, folks. If you look this up, you can see that food can actually cure you of disease. God has provided us with, through nature, the tools that we have for you to become well. And if we do those things and we learn about them, we can get healthy. The last thing I want to touch upon, because a lot of people are confused about this, is lectins. So not all plants are necessarily healthy to eat. So just eating a plant-based diet, and this is the key. This was the missing link in nutrition, and I'm going to give props to one of the doctors that really changed my life and and he doesn't even know me, but his medical research and his work with lectins has put together the last piece that really has allowed me to change people's lives even more, and that's lectins. Lectins are proteins produced by plants, and they're a protective mechanism that the plant produces to not be eaten. So they're found in the skin, usually in the seeds of plants and legumes, and they're also found in the meats that we eat because our cows and our chickens are fed lectins when they weren't supposed to be eating lectins. Lectins are toxic to our body. Lectins kill insects, and they protect the plant from insects and other animals eating them. Have you ever grown zucchini in your garden? You notice that the animals don't eat zucchini unless it's open, and that's because the skin is toxic. Yet we're eating the zucchini. It's binding to our guts. It's causing leaky gut syndrome, and this is all lectins. Now, gluten is a lectin. It's just one of many lectins. So we see drastic changes when people eliminate gluten, but nobody seems to get 100% better, and that's because we're not eliminating lectins. Now, the good news is that lectins can be destroyed in a couple of ways. Sometimes it's through soaking, sometimes it's removing the skin or the seeds, and other ways is through pressure cooking. And with the invention of the Instapot and other similar really safe pressure cookers, we can still be able to enjoy these foods safely. So lectins are commonly found in nightshades, but not only nightshades, so tomatoes, beans, and other legumes and eggplants. Foods like this contain lectins. And these lectins not only destroy our gut, but they actually can mimic hormones and other transmitters in our body and and can uncouple enzymes and can cause autoimmune disease. It's the lectins in our diet that are allowing us to become sick through leaky gut syndrome and through the way they manipulate our immune system and our hormone system to trick it into our bodies not working well. In other words, a weakened enemy does not feel like eating. And so the plant has adapted and has produced these lectins for it not to be eaten. Now, a lot of these plants that we're eating, we're finding ways to cook them. We're not destroying the lectins, and we're causing all this inflammation. We think that we're eating healthy. The American Cardiology Association for years has told us to eat healthy whole grains. Try to go find that on the American Heart Association website now. That it's mysteriously disappeared because all of the medical research shows that whole grains are not healthy for you. Whole grains contain lectins, they're inflammatory. We should not be eating wheat. Wheat is an inflammatory food. Wheat is, by the way, we cannot destroy the lectins in wheat through cooking or through pressure cooking. So it's very difficult, and we should not eat wheat. It's bad for us. Disregard everything people have said to you about it. If you look at societies called blue zones that live, which are societies all over the world that have the most people that are living over 100 and living vitally over 100, there's a lot of things in common. One is that they live in hilly areas, which means that they're getting a lot of exercise through walking uphill, which is great cardiovascular exercise. And two, they're eating mostly plant-based diets. They eat various different types of proteins, but they eat minimal amounts of lectins. And if they do eat lectins, they prepare them in a certain way to remove them. Now, these populations didn't know about lectins. They, excuse me, they didn't know about lectins, but they knew that these foods bothered their stomach. If you look at how they prepare tomatoes, for example, in Italy, they always peel the tomatoes and de-seed them before they make tomato sauce because they know that the seeds are bitter and the skin is bitter and tough and causes problems with their stomach. They soak their beans for days, usually 2 days, changing the water frequently. These are all ways that they use to remove lectins. They peeled the hull off the rice, and that's why you see all these populations eat white rice and not brown rice, because the hull of the rice contains a lectin, and it bothers their stomachs. It causes an inflammatory disorder. So lectins are just one of the keys to our gut healing program, but it's also, again, eliminating other inflammatory foods. I know this Facebook Live is going a little longer, but if you take the time to just digest what I'm saying and understand that we have the solutions are right in front of us. I'm living it myself. The people around me, my clients are living it. And you could live it too. This message is sincere and it comes from the bottom of my heart. I've spent my whole life wanting to help people be free of disease without harmful medications, without medications that cause side effects and cause needs from other drugs. And I think we found the solution. And if you give our program a try and really, really give it 100%, you can change your life. You could live the life that you wanted to live. We are located in Colts Neck, New Jersey, but we do a lot of internet-based consults. We can consult through Zoom, through FaceTime. whatever means necessary. We can do it over the phone. So this program is available to everybody. We work with children, we work with families, we work with adults, and it works, folks. So come see us. Check out our website, www.holisticbodycenters.com. You could hear our podcasts. Soon we'll be starting a blog that you could read more about nutrition, and you could book your appointments to see us both online and in the office. Listen, take this advice, live a healthy life, take grasp of your life, become healthy, get off those medications, and start feeling your best and living your best life. I know that I'm doing it, and my friends and family are now doing it, and I want you to do it too. Have a blessed Sunday, folks. Be thankful for what you have in your life, and always try to carry as many positive thoughts as possible. We'll see you real soon, and thank you for joining in. I sincerely appreciate all of your positive comments. Please like and follow our page. Like anything that you hear in this video, please hit the like button. It helps drive customers to us and helps us help other people. Have a great Sunday.